Buongiorno, buonasera, benvenuti amici. Welcome, my friends. My name is Vincenzo, and welcome to my channel, Fountain Pen Therapy. I'm continuing in a series of intentions, if you will, for 2024. I have some objectives. I spoke to you about trying to provide to you as many affordable Italian pens that I can. In other words, provide to you, of course, not the pen, but the review, but so that you can make your own choices. Another theme of mine is to keep looking at Indian pens and Chinese pens and pocket pens, if you will. So it's now the turn of Indian pens. And again, when you do a best of series for 2023 or for any year for that matter, there's always comments you will receive. How come you didn't include this one, and how come you didn't include that one? And I think one of the or many comments I received with regard to my Indian pens was the fact that I had not included Lotus in that list. And yes, I did not include it because I did not own one, but given all the comments, I started to do some research and realized that Lotus is a very high quality pen company that makes some, at least from the research, makes some wonderful pens. So what I did is I tried to purchase one at an affordable price just to kind of test the waters, if you will. So I went on Peyton Street Pens, and I found this little gem of a pen, or this big gem of a pen, the Lotus Author. It's a Psp limited edition made out of this aluminite material, which is, I gotta tell you, it's the first pen I own, I think, with that material. And so far, so good. So Lotus, is it the company that everybody is telling me it is? Stay tuned. So here we are with the pen. This is the packaging that it came in with. So just a cardboard sleeve to reveal this beautiful wooden box. I must say, quite impressive. A little bit of, I don't know, something happened here with the varnishing, I guess, or over time. Because this has been probably sitting in the Psp Peyton Street Pens inventory for a while. Okay, because from what I understand, this pen came out quite a long time ago. It comes in now. I've removed it, but here's the pen. Isn't that gorgeous? But it came in this kimono, so to speak. Very nice, nice touch. Beautiful wood case, I must say. And the pen is this. Now, I've got to tell you, I'm extremely impressed by this, by the material. This is the first aluminite material pen that I have in my collection. I must say it is just absolutely intriguing. I don't know how to describe it. The feel is almost like glass. So a little less tactile than just normal resin pen. Very nicely polished, I must say. I don't know if it's the material or the polishing, but either way, this pen has got some chatoyancy. I don't know if the camera can pick it up there. It's got that, you see some there. It's got those swirls where you have a combination of this green and blue with the gold trimmings. Makes this pen really just a gorgeous writing instrument, I might say. And just the feeling in your hand of this pen, it is light, because it is light like a resin pen, but on the other hand, it just has some heft to it. It has some really nice tactile feel to it. It's difficult to describe, but it's nothing like I've ever experienced before, I must say. So the finial, I like the way the finial is finished here. It's nice, solid, but just rounded off slightly. The insert here, the gold band that's holding up the clip, is nicely fitted in, so it, you know, there's no edges sticking out or anything like that. You can see it's well done. Same goes with these two bands there and this one. This does not turn, but there you have it. That's the exterior of the pen. Very, very nice. Let's just see how many turns it takes to open up. That's one. That's two. So it's 2 3/4. I would say almost 3 there, right? To reveal this Yowo nib, I look, folks. I'm being reformed. It's not a stub, but I went with a bold. So, you know, the Chinese pens have got me to experience nibs other than my stubs. Again, all jokes apart, this section is extremely girthy. It's got also that little bit of a flare. I think it's 12 millimeters. Most of my pens are 10, 11, and the ones that have 12 are, for me, just even more comfortable. Look at the feel in the hand. It just absolutely, absolutely gorgeous, guys. I gotta tell you, the threads here are smooth, not an issue at all. Again, take a look at that chatoyancy. Very, very nice. It is a cartridge converter pen, so when you unscrew it, there's your standard, I think it's a standard Schmidt cartridge converter. Now, for some reason, I read on the description, or in the description, that this is not eyedroppable. I don't understand why. Maybe it's got something to do with the material itself. It doesn't accept ink directly, if you will. So it is not eyedroppable. And if they say it isn't, I would not recommend it, obviously. Look at that green variancy in the color. I mean, it's just beautiful. Now, does it post? It sure does. Posts very comfortably, very deeply. It doesn't backweight the pen at all. I feel most comfortable writing posted or unposted. I got to tell you, that girth in that section is so nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. I must admit, it's my first Lotus pen, and it's a success. I've got to tell you, big success. This is definitely going to be a go-to pen. If that nib performs anything like I'm sure it will, it's a go-to pen. And even if it doesn't, it's a Yowo nib with a Yowo unit. You can always replace that with just another unit, another size, or another nib that fits, you know, Yowo units. So there you have it. Now let's take a look at the inside of that barrel to see if we see any step. That, yeah, there it is. Very nice. So you even got that seal step there. In fact, you could almost see it. Does it match? I think it matches with that line that we see there in the barrel or in the cap. So very nice. Just put the camera there just to see some of that chatoyancy. But so we do have that step up, so even better for sealing. And take a look at the thickness of that material. Very, very, very nice. Congratulations. This is a really nice pen. I'm glad that I took the jump, so to speak. I mean, I've reviewed quite a bit of Indian pens, but never Lotus. And my viewers, when I did the best of Indian pens, one of the common threads, or at least several viewers pointed out that I should have included Lotus in the mix. But I had no Lotus pens, and this had been ordered, and it just didn't come in on time. So, you know what? It will make my list definitely for 2024. And looks like Lotus will be on my list of pens to review and to purchase. Excellent. There you have it. So give me a few seconds. We'll do a pen comparison, and then proceed to measurements and a writing sample. Okay, so we're back with the pen comparison, and I've chosen for you, first of all, the blue theme, if you will, and some of the girthier pens, other than this Memento Zero and this Kilk. But as you could see, the pen, in terms of girth, has the girth of this 630 Wing Sung and also this All-American. It is much girthier than these Memento Zero Sorrento here. The Kilk is more of a torpedo shaped and much girthier than this Ranga 8B. So, and in terms of length, it is slightly bigger than the Memento Zero, equivalent probably to the All-American and the Kilk. The Kilk, yeah, and just slightly smaller than the Ranga. So that gives you, I think, a very good idea in terms of where the size is situated of this this Lotus author. So there you have it, pen capped. Here are the pens uncapped and unposted, and you can see that unposted the pen takes on quite a different allure, and it's much bigger than the Sorrento Memento Zero. It's almost just as big as the 630, bigger than the All-American, bigger than the Kilk, and just slightly smaller than this Ranga 8B. So very nice size, unposted, the way I have a tendency to enjoy my pens. So again, that explains why it's so comfortable in my hands. And also take a look at the girth of that section there. Probably girthier even than bigger than my 630. So very nice girth on that section. I've got to tell you that I really enjoy that. So that's the pen, unposted and uncapped. Now here are the pens posted. The Kilk doesn't post, so that explains why it's not there. I mean, the All-American sits at the top, you know, right at the tip. Same thing for my Ranga. But these three, and you know, even the Wing Sung is not the greatest poster in the world. But in terms of good posters, they're these two, and you can see that they're posted deeply and securely and offer a very nice writing experience posted. So there you have the pens posted. We'll be back with the measurement table and then the writing sample. Okay, so we're back for the writing sample. First of all, the ink. Well, the moment I, you know, took a look at that pen, the first thing that came to mind is that is this Fire and Ice by Robert Oster. I think it's going to be a perfect combination. If you take a look at my swatch for that ink, here it is, Robert Oster. It's got, you know, it's got a bit of a greenish tint, which I think will go nicely with this pen. So that's the that's the ink I've chosen. The notebook that we're going to be using is a notepad by Galen Leather. It's Tomeo River paper with this beautiful accessory from Galen Leather as well. So let's just, without any further ado, let's just zoom in a little bit and begin our writing sample. So this is the Psp Lotus limited edition, and it's the author model. The nib is a Yowo steel number 6 broad. The ink is Robert Oster fire and ice. And there you have it. The nib is very nicely tuned, nice and wet. The ink is also very, very appropriate, I think. As you could see, the nib doesn't skip a beat. It's very, very smooth, very constant. Really, the feed really, really, has no problem. Fast writing, as you can see, it doesn't skip a beat. Very, very nice. So it is very wet, very smooth. It's a nice line and very constant. Yeah, I don't know if you guys had a chance to, that's me, I had a chance to see one of my videos where I mentioned that, for quite a while, I'm just relying on stub pens. And what I realized is that if at the office I use a notepad of lesser quality for taking notes, sometimes I'm in trial and, take my trial notes, etc. The stub pens have a tendency to feather. They have a tendency to ghost a little bit too much. Some of the stubs kind of, take hold of the pen, of the paper, and start even scratching, etc. So I realized that these broad nibs are probably my best option for some of the cheaper quality notebooks, especially the ones we have at our office, which are not really meant to be fountain pen friendly, if you will. I mean, I have notebooks, don't get me wrong, I have plenty. It's just that I go through so many notepads at the office that if I'm going to use Tomio River notepads, I mean, it's going to cost a fortune. So that's why I'm starting to get used to these broad nibs, and I think they're just a perfect compromise, if you will. Gives me a nice thick line, but at the same time, it doesn't cause any major issues. So in terms of and dislikes, I mean, likes, the design is a typical design that we have seen before. This is not an original design, if you will. Many pens have something similar, so it's not a completely out of place or completely unique. But it's a nice design. The build quality is just absolutely excellent. I must say, there are no issues with this pen, none whatsoever. The nib, yes, it's a standard Yowo nib, but it's been tuned, I think, and it's nice and smooth, which is a nice touch, of course. Now, whether it was done by Psp or Lotus, either way, it's a product that bears both of their names, and all the credit to them. The nib is nice, okay? And the price, I forget exactly what I paid for it, but it was something around $150. I'll put up the on the screen the exact price, which is not a cheap a cheap pen, or a cheap a price that's completely affordable, if you will. But on the other hand, it's not exaggerated either, because these days a good quality pen at $150, I think, is to be expected. So as far as dislikes are concerned, I gotta tell you, it's not applicable because I can't find any. Now, is this a go-to pen? Absolutely, 10 on 10 for go-to. I gotta tell you, this pen is going to be in my pen case many times. So there you have it. I think that my first Lotus pen experience has been a very successful one. Thank you, Lotus. I mean, this is, you got some very, if all your pens are anything close to this, This one, I got to tell you, you've got a fan here, and congrats. You're automatically made my Indian pen makers list to watch out for. So there you have it. Nothing left but to sign the review and say to you, thank you very much for joining me. Please subscribe. If you have any comments, any suggestions for other Lotus pen purchases, please send me your comments. Have you tried any other Lotus pens? If so, which ones? What do you recommend should be my next purchase? So I would love to hear from you. So thank you very much. Grazie. Stay well. Bye-bye now.